Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm going to tell you the real story behind the beginnings of the Mormon Church. It is not told by the church. If you've heard my videos, you will be familiar with it. But it's an untold story of American history as well, as the full information is withheld from the records. In the 1820s, a man by the name of William Morgan came to western New York. He had served as a captain in the War of 1812. And in that war, as the British were again trying to return America back to a monarchy, he had uncovered a plot to infiltrate America from within. The British retreating after burning the White House, the Capitol, but successfully getting the central bank reestablished. Congress's stopping of the central bank was what caused the War of 1812. This plot involved the infiltration of a group known as the Illuminati. Their tactics were to infiltrate other popular groups, then rise up in popularity, rise up in rank, and then eventually take over the organization so that they can use it to infiltrate other groups, rise up in popularity, rise up in rank, take over. That was their pattern. And so this pattern, I'm gonna sneeze, was infiltrating the Scottish Rites Masonry. And then from there to then infiltrate government office in the various states and eventually in the national, so that they control all three branches of government. William Morgan came to western New York as there were a lot of new Masonic temples being built with new Master Masons in charge of these new temples. William Morgan came to Canandaigua, New York, and had been in discussions with the Master Mason in Canandaigua. But word got out, and the Scottish Rites, infiltrated by the Illuminati, had intended to give him a death threat by falsely accusing him of a crime, and he was arrested in September 1826. David Miller, the owner of the Batavian Press, which had contracted with William Morgan to write his books on this matter, and had been working with the Master Mason in Canandaigua Lodge to work on the publications in secret so that no one would find out about them. But it was known that he was working on it, and he was arrested so that he couldn't publish the book. But David Miller bailed him out, paid the fine, and he was set free. The enemy had him again arrested. It was clear they were not going to let him publish the book. They were going to silence him. And they wanted to make sure he understood that if he wasn't silent, that he was going to be murdered. And so the Master Mason of the lodge and David Miller arranged to have William Morgan taken out of the country into Canada. And there in Canada, he was given the option of staying there permanently or to be given a horse to go to the east coast of America and board a ship and sail somewhere else. He chose the horse to sail somewhere else. He had to leave his family, his wife, his least son. I'm not sure if there were other children. Can't remember at the moment. They could not know about his leaving because he didn't want to have their lives also put in jeopardy and reveal where he was. And so he boarded the ship and it set sail as the tracker was unable to follow him. But word got back that that particular ship sank. And, according to a descendant of his new family, he had survived and eventually made it to Honduras, where he became a banana plantation owner, selling through the Yorkrites Masons at the Gulf port. So bananas got sold from Honduras into America. The Master Mason, being the Master Mason, then took the responsibility to see to it that the warning was published in a book so that others can find out about it. David Miller could not make a contract with this Master Mason because it would expose the Master Mason, and he would be assassinated with death threats also, like Captain William Morgan. And so David Miller, in order to try to recoup some of the money he lost, published a book under William Morgan's name, which was only about how to enter into the three ranks of Masonry of both York and Scottish Rites lodges to the Master Mason level, which is the third level. And then from there, the lodges differ. Scottish Rites are the 33-degree Masons. York Rites are the Knights Templar, with Egyptian treasure plates, the Holy Grail, burying the treasure plates in the earth. That infamous Friday the 13th fame. And so this Master Mason eventually published what became titled as the Book of Mormon. It was Joseph Smith Sr. who was the Master Mason in Canandaigua, who saved Captain William Morgan's life and risked his own life and the life of his sons to warn the United States of America of the coming threat in the future. And we know how that story ended. They found out, they infiltrated the organization, they rose in popularity, they rose up in rank, then they took over with the assassination of Joseph and Hiram and established their Scottish Rites Freemason temple in Nauvoo with the inverted pentagram of the Illuminati, dedicating it to the Illuminati on the 1st of May, 1846.